Hello there. Anushka Dina Lienige, back with question set 33. So now we have been following this new scenario regarding the earlier books shoe store introduced in question set 31. So the whole gist of it is the shopkeepers want our software company that we're working at, which is AI Soft, to develop the software so that you can record transactions and so on, all the shop operations, invoices, everything can be stored into the software, and the employees, the suppliers, and even the customers can even use that software to you can use the software. Our customers can buy order shoes, the suppliers can supply products and so on, so everyone can use it. All these categories of users can use this. So that's what we wanted to do. So that's the scenario of this. So it says here, the bill book system is used to keep information on the bills of the shoe store called area shoes. It's been used for a long time. Right, and basically the same thing here. So basically the same scenario here. So it says here, so we have created some tables in the questions 31 and 32 regarding this software here. So we have a user table where they store their first name, their last name, their contact number, and their status, their account status, whether it's active or not, the types of users, are they an employee, are they a supplier, are they a customer, what kind of user are they. Then the system login, where every user's username and password is stored. The address table contains the addresses. City contains the name of the city. Products that are sold at the shoe store, the product name and the description, even a basic description. And the brand table stores the brands of shoes. And the gender table stores the gender of the users. And then the goods received notes table, GRN table, stores when the GRN table was given, when a goods received note was given to the shop by the suppliers, and GRN item, that table contains the products given to the shop by the suppliers, their price and the quantity, the selling price. And the stock is the stock table contains the stock, the quantity and the price of the selling price of the inventory in the store. And the invoice table contains the date when invoices are given, when invoices are handed out. And the invoice item contains the amount of products that was given to the customers, that was sold to the products, the amount of products sold to customers, and so on. So that's what the invoice item has. So that is what it is. And now we need to find the relationships between them. We have to find out in our ER diagrams what are the relationships. So the relations. So when you click this button here, this arrow button here, this is this is our relation. So we have one to many, one to one, many to many, and so on. So we need to figure out which ones between the tables, what are the relationships between the tables. So first we need to find out the relationship of the user and the user type. So we have done this before. If you haven't, do feel free to watch the previous videos. So one user, so if let's just say take one user and how many user types they will have. So one user, let's just say he or she can be an employee, and she can and they can she can be an employee, and when she's working at the store, she can log in as an employee, and then when he or she goes home, she can log in as a customer and use that. She can use that. She can buy something from the shoe center as a customer. So one user can have many user types. They don't have to be sticking to one. The employee can be a user, and suppliers can even once they finish their work, they can also log in as a customer, and so on. So one user can have many user types. So there we have it. Then let's take one user type. One user type can have many users. So employees, there's not only one employee working there. There are lots of employees who will be using the system and also working. So one user type, so for examples, I use employees. So there will be many employees who will be using the system. So one user type, many users. So we have two one-to-many relationships here, so that makes it a many-to-many relationship. So one user can have many user types, and one user type can have many users. So that all hooks up to a many-to-many relationship. So go ahead and click this one. Yeah, this is the icon for the many-to-many relationship. With either of these tables, and boom, you have table here. You have created a new table here because many-to-many relationships cannot be in a database. So they may a separate table is made which contains you can see the user ID, the primary keys of both the user and the user type tables, and these tables have a one-to-many relationship. So user has a one-to-many relationship with the user type table, and the user type table has a one-to-many relationship with the user type table. So that's how so that's what happens when you put a main-to-many relationship. That's how DBMS handles main-to-many relationships. It adds a new table, and then all of the other tables are connected to that table with one-to-many relationships. So yeah, this is our new table right here. Okay, then let's see the relationship between user and gender. So space this out here. Right, so one year. So as you know, so there are two genders. So one user can only have one gender, and but one gender can have many users. No. One gender, there may be a lot of male workers there, so there may be a lot of male users, so using the system. So it's a one-to-many relationship. It's a no-brainer actually. So you click the, putting a one-to-many relationship. Once you click this, click on the table that has many, that get many. So that will have many users. So I clicked on one-to-many this icon here, and then in our relationship, user only has the many male people. So I click user first, and then the gender. So that's how it figures it out. That's how this entire thing is drawn. Right. That's where it is. Alright, let's go on to the next question. It says record the relationship between user and system login. So system login. Let me just arrange this here. Okay. Right. So for the relationship between user and system login. So system login has the information, the username and password that the users use to log into the software. So so let's just say let's do it like this. Alright, so one user can have one user can have many system login information. He can change. The user can change it from time to again, update his profile, change the username or the password. But one system login, one username or password, these details can only belong to one user. Because the both of these things should be unique. It should be unique. So that's, so we have a one-to-many relationship. So one user can have many usernames or passwords. So that is, but one username or password can only have one user. Right. Okay. Let's go on to the next one. Record the relationship between user and address in the ER diagram. So I'm going to bring the address table into this foray here. Right. So here we have the user table and the address table. So one user can have how many addresses they might have. So one user can only have one address information. You can one user can only have one address. All the address information, they can contain only one. But one address can have many users. So the address might change and so on. People might move out and so on. So people might move on, move to other houses, and other users can come in to the where the address is. So and also don't forget that many people in a home lots of people in one family can be using this this software. The dad could be using it, the mom could be using it, so the children could be using it. So but they all reside in one place. A family stays in one place at one address. So one address can have many users. So all these family members, the mom, the dad, children, they're all users. So that's what it all boils down to. So one address can have many users. So it's a definite one to many here. So there we go. But one user cannot have like another addresses. He can't have many addresses. Can't have many addresses. So if the user has to change it, he has to change the so that's what it is. One user cannot have one address. Can only have one address. So if he has if the user has changes his location and all, he has to change the address. He can't have many addresses all at once. So unlike the user and between the user and the user type that we discussed. So a supplier can have multiple accounts. One for a supplier and then one for when he or she is a customer. So not like that. So one user cannot have many addresses all at once. Might have to change it. He or she might have to change it when they change the address so that's how it is. Also, alright, let's go to the fifth question. Record the relationship between address and city. So I'm going to bring the city table right here. Alright, so address and city. So one city can have many addresses. So one city, there are many addresses and so on. Many people say it's a big place, no brainer. So one address, they have only one city. So there might not be any places where the streets are different and so on. An address the street name and the street number. So it has to be in one city. There are not many the same type of addresses in other cities. They're unique to one city. One city can have more addresses, but one address location can be in any other cities. The street number and the street number and all that, the street name and everything. It can't be in many cities, so it has to be unique to that one city, so people can find it easily. So that's what. So it's a one-to-many relationship over here. So there we are. So a small city has many addresses. Okay, right. So it's a bit crowded here. Let's paste them all up. Alright, now it says record the relationship between a product and brand. So product and brand. So let's bring the brand table here. So description brand. Alright, so one product. Let's take one product. It can only belong to one brand. So there is a product. The product name and description, it only belongs to one brand. Product made by Samsung belongs only to Samsung. It doesn't belong to Apple also as well. It doesn't belong to Apple as well. So basically, but one brand can have many products. So Samsung, Apple has lots of products under its catalog. So one brand can have many products. So that's same as address in Siri. So many products for one brand. Many products under one brand. Right. Alright, let's move on to the next question. Record the relationship. Record the relationship between user and GRN. GRN. So user and GRN. So goods received note is a letter given to the supplier, as I discussed before, given to the supplier by the shop, telling that the goods that have been requested from the supplier have been delivered. It's all good, and so this doesn't. So the note, so GRN is a notice as a whole. It concerns the date also, the date the GRN was given, and the ID of it, to uniquely identify each GRN that was given. So in a user, now in this user table, there might be different kinds of users. So different kinds of users who use it. So as said before in the scenario, lots of types of users use this table. So there might be customers, employees, and even the manager or the shop owner. The shop owner of this shoe store also can use this. So and even suppliers also use this. This can also use this software. So supplies is a user in this. So let's just say one user who is a user, one supplier who's a user. One supplier can have many GRNs. He can have many. He or she can have many GRNs to a name if she has done if she had done business with businesses with business transactions, a lot of business transactions with this really shoe store in the past. So he or she might have a lot of GRNs, but one GRN can only belong to one supplier. One supplier only this GRN can belong to. It's unique. So it is a one-to-many relationship. So it's a one-to-many relationship. One supplier who is a user can have many GRNs. One GRN can only belong to one user who is a supplier. So yeah. Now let's go to question 8 here. So it says here to record the relationship between GRN and GRN item in the ER diagram. So GRN and the GRN item. So as I said before, GRN item is concerns the products that are being sold, that are given to the store by the supplier. What the supplier gives to the store. So those are the kind of products. So it's not exactly products, it's stock. It's going to be used as stock. So the reason we call it GRN item is because GRN so these products that are given to the store that are delivered to the store by the supplier will be specified in the GRN. Will be specified in the GRN, or this much has been this quantity of products have been delivered, and their prices and selling price and so on. So they'll be specified in GRN, but just take GRN as the products that are delivered to the store to be used as stock by the supplier. So what is the relationship they have? So one GRN notice can have many GRN items. So one GRN notice can list down many products to be delivered. The store can request for more than one product to be delivered from the supplier. So it's going to have many products in the GRN notice. So it's going to be many GRN items, and but one GRN item belongs to only one GRN. So one GRN item, it is only notified with only one GRN. It's not in any other GRNs, GRN notices. So one GRN item, one of those kinds of products will belong to only one GRN notice. It's not going to be in any other ones. So that's also going to be a one-to-many relationship. So a one-to-many relationship. There we go. A one-to-many. Right. Now let's move on to question set 9. So it says here, note the relationship between GRN item and product. So GRM item and the product. Let's bring it up here. So let's just say one GRN item can have this the entity as a whole let's move on to the next question. So it says record the relationship between GRN item and stock. So here we have stock table. And GRN item. So let's take stock as a whole. Stock means the entire inventory of products. Inventory of products in the shop. Let's take it as that. And let's take one GRN item. So one GRN item is equal to one is going to be in only one entire stock. It's going to belong to only one entire stock supply of the array bookstore. It's not going to be in another stock supply in another shoe center. So when you're talking stock, we're taking the entire stock supply in the earlier bookstore. So when we take the stock like that, you consider stock like that, there's going to be many GRN items. There are going to be many GRN items in there. So no brainer, it's a one to many. Yeah, all right. Then let's move on to the question. It says what for the relationship between user and invoice. So as I addressed this before, so invoice basically records the transaction purchases that certain customers might have done. It says how much they have, what they have purchased, how much was it, and so on. So one user, if that user, now this time let's take the user who is a customer. If that customer is a regular customer, and so he or she will have lots of invoices to her name. Invoices record the customer's name also. So he or she, if she regularly buys from RLA bookstore, she'll have a lot of invoices to her name. But one invoice will belong to only one customer. It will only belong to that one customer because it's addressed to that customer. So it's a one to many again. So this time invoices being many. Yeah. Alright. Then let's move on to 12th question. What is the difference between invoice and invoice item? So just as the relationship between GRN and GRN item, so an invoice item contains the products that the customer has purchased. So that's the GRN item, the products that the customer has purchased. So one invoice can have many invoice items. One invoice can have many will note down all of the products that that the customer has purchased. Nowadays a customer can come and buy more than one product. So that those products will be all listed down in the invoice. So in this case, one invoice can have many products that the customer will note down many products that the customer has purchased. But one invoice, but the product that the customer bought will only belong the ID and everything. Its ID and everything will only be noted down in one invoice. That's it. It's not going to be noted down in any other invoices. So that specific product will only noted down in one invoice. So it's a one-to-many here also, just like GRN and GRN item. There we go. Right. And now the last question. Record the relationship between invoice item and stock. So invoice item and stock. So stock again, let's take it as the whole stock supply. So one invoice item, that means the product that has been purchased,